Good morning, welcome to the Daily News podcast. Today is March 25th, 2026.
Russia has launched its largest drone assault of the war so far, firing 948 drones at Ukraine in just 24 hours. Ukrainian officials say at least 8 people were killed and dozens injured as strikes hit multiple cities, targeting energy infrastructure and residential areas. It's a sharp escalation and a reminder that despite talk of diplomacy elsewhere, the war in Eastern Europe is grinding on at full intensity. European leaders are already warning that air defense systems are being stretched thin, and Kyiv is again calling for faster deliveries of Western support. The scale alone is staggering, nearly 1,000 drones in a single day, and it signals that Moscow is leaning heavily into unmanned warfare to exhaust Ukrainian defenses.
That number is chilling. It really shows how industrialized and relentless this conflict has become. And it puts even more pressure on Europe's security posture going into spring. Staying in geopolitics, Denmark's election has delivered a political shakeup. Prime Minister Mette Fredriksen's Social Democrats won the most votes, but it's their weakest result in over a century. Fredriksen had been riding a surge in popularity tied to her firm stance on Greenland and Denmark's positioning with the US, but support slipped compared to 2022. Now she faces tough coalition negotiations, with smaller parties holding the balance of power. The outcome could reshape Denmark's domestic priorities and its foreign policy direction, especially as Arctic security and EU relations take center stage. This isn't just about who governs in Copenhagen, it's about how Denmark navigates a much more uncertain global landscape.
Coalition talks in Denmark can take weeks, sometimes months. Markets and EU partners will be watching closely to see what kind of government actually emerges. On the Middle East front, there are mixed signals about possible talks to wind down the Iran conflict. The Trump administration has floated the idea of a one-month ceasefire framework, reportedly aimed at opening the door to broader negotiations. But Iranian military officials are publicly mocking claims that talks are underway, calling them exaggerated and premature. Key sticking points remain sanctions relief and regional security guarantees. The uncertainty has already hit markets. Oil prices tumbled while stocks rallied on hopes of de-escalation. But until both sides confirm real movement, investors and diplomats alike are operating on headlines, not agreements.
And that's why you're seeing so much volatility. A single statement can move billions of dollars in minutes right now. Let's turn to business and tech, because this week could be historic. SpaceX is reportedly preparing to file for a record-breaking $75 billion IPO as early as this week. If it goes through, it would be one of the largest public offerings ever. Investor appetite is expected to be huge, given SpaceX's dominance in commercial launches and satellite communications. At the same time, Elon Musk unveiled an eye-popping plan for a $5 to $13 trillion terafab chip manufacturing initiative aimed at delivering massive AI compute capacity. That would involve Tesla, xAI, and SpaceX, and could dramatically reshape semiconductor supply chains if even part of it materializes. Big ambitions, even by Musk standards.
$5 to $13 trillion is almost hard to process. If capital starts flowing in that direction, it could redraw the entire AI hardware landscape. Meanwhile, in the AI world, OpenAI is making some big moves of its own. The company introduced new shopping and product discovery tools inside ChatGPT, powered by what it calls the Agentic Commerce Protocol. Users can now browse visually rich listings, compare products side by side, and interact more directly with merchants, all inside a conversational interface. OpenAI also released new teen safety policies to help developers create safer AI experiences for younger users, reflecting growing scrutiny around AI and minors. And its foundation announced a $1 billion commitment toward health research, economic opportunity, and AI resilience programs. So while some product lines are shifting, the broader push into commerce, safety, and social impact is accelerating.
AI is moving from novelty to infrastructure. Commerce, education, public health, it's all getting folded into these systems. And finally, a major legal blow for big tech. A New Mexico jury has ordered Meta to pay $375 million, finding the company willfully misled users about product safety and violated state law in ways that harmed children. It's one of the first major courtroom defeats directly tied to youth mental health and platform design. The ruling could open the door to similar cases across the US, and regulators are likely to take note. For Meta and the broader social media industry, this may mark a turning point in how courts handle claims about harm to minors.
That verdict is going to echo in boardrooms everywhere. It raises the stakes for how platforms design and market their products.
That's your morning briefing.
We'll keep watching those markets, those elections, and of course the tech world.
Thanks for listening.
See you tomorrow.